All right, everyone, let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, my excellent second graders, Good morning, second grade! Excellent to have you all back with me on a very sunny Wednesday morning. Today is going to be an excellent day. Quick announcement. We did not have a morning meeting yesterday because I had a meeting. So we're having that meeting this morning instead at 9 o'clock. So I'll be looking to see a lot of you there for our meeting this morning. There's also a bunch of small group meetings happening throughout the day. So please make sure you're showing up to your meeting, either if it's with me, Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Wilson, or any other teacher. Please make sure you're showing up to those very important meetings. All right, let's take a look at what we need to accomplish today. You found my video right here. Good. Here's the link for our morning meeting at 9 o'clock. Let's head to our morning work tab to see what our morning work is going to be today. All right, this morning we're going to start with adding fractions. Remember, we add the parts on top, but not the wholes on the bottom, because the whole does not change. 1/3 plus 1/3 equals something over 3. It's still part of the same fraction. So your bottom denominator is not going to change. Your top numerator will change. 1 part plus 1 part equals your new one. You're going to do that for both of those fractions. Then I have an addition problem for you. Might have some regrouping in there. Make sure you're doing it on paper first and then putting your answer right here into the Google Doc. And lastly, we are going to finish up with antonyms, which are opposites. I'll read out the sentences for you, and you need to pick the word that is the antonym to the underlined word in the sentence. And I did the first one for you. My dog Paws is very large. So we're thinking of an antonym for large, an opposite. Would it be giant, small, or big? Definitely small. Small would be the opposite to large. So you're going to write down your antonyms over here. This pillow feels cozy and soft. Would fluffy be an antonym to soft? Would hard be an antonym for soft? Or comfy an antonym for soft? You'll put your antonym answer over here. She is happy today. Is glad an antonym for happy? Sad an antonym? Or joyful an antonym? Last sentence. The towel feels wet. We need an antonym, so an opposite for wet. Would it be damp, moist, or dry? And to finish up your morning work, I got my joke of the day. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire? Think hard on that one. Look for the answer down below on the other page. When you're totally done, click the turn in button so that we can take a peek at it. All right, when you're finished with your morning work, we're hopping over into ELA today, where you're going to start right off with the assignment. So you're not starting off with read to self, you're going to start off with making inferences, which is when we're reading the text and we're figuring out something about the text that's not actually in there. And that'll make more sense in just a second. Remember, making inferences while you read is like reading between the lines to figure out what is going on in the story or how a character feels. Complete this sheet on inferences by making inferences of your own. And you can take a good amount of time doing this, 15 or 20 minutes. You might be able to finish up a little bit quicker. So let's hop in here and see what making inferences is all about. First one's done for you. Example, Min, sounds like a name, smiled when she received her graded math test. So think about that. If you smile when you get your graded math test, is that a good thing, a bad thing? What can we say about Min, about what happened? It's not here in the sentence, But as good second grade readers, we can kind of make an inference here and figure out what happened to her. So a good inference for this one would be Min got a good grade on the test. That's something that we can assume based off what was in the text but isn't actually written out. And you're going to have the chance to do that for these 4 sentences as well. So, first one is John glanced out the window, then grabbed his umbrella. So you're going to make a good inference about that, about what's going on. Make sure you're using a complete sentence, starts with a capital, ends with a period. There's a text box right here. See when you get all those arrows? If you double click, you'll be able to start writing. And then when you're done, all you have to do is double click on the next box and then you can start writing for the next one. Paul felt the sand between his toes. So what can we say about Paul? Where might he be? Double click on that one, put your answer in. Miss Lambert has a bike helmet on her desk. This is an interesting one. I want to see where you guys go with it. Make an inference about that sentence. Why might she have a helmet on her desk? Idira sneezed as she picked flowers. Make an inference about that one. Again, double click on it, then you can type it in. And remember, the turn in button is not up here like in a Google Doc. When you're done, exit out of it. Everything's saved, don't worry. Go to View Assignment down here, right below where you clicked it. And there is a turn in button right there for it. You can click the turn in button there. When you're totally done with your inferences, read to self for 30 to 40 minutes. If you're out of paper books at home because you've plowed through them all, you can go on to Raz Kids if you don't have anything else to read. And you can read a couple of books in there for that time. Lastly, you can go on to IXL Language Arts or Lexia for 20 minutes. And we're off to a little bit of a slow start this week, not going to lie. So make sure you're going in and doing your IXL or Lexia time. Remember, you're working to get to level 13 in Lexia. Once you hit level 13, then you're going into IXL Language Arts. And I'll be checking again today to see what the minutes look like. I'll send out some emails if I need to, okay? So, that's looking good. When you are totally done with that, let's head back into the classwork tab. You're going to go into writing for 20 minutes. You can continue writing about a creative prompt that's in this big PDF file, or you can continue you can work on a new one in that PDF file, or you can continue working on a creative piece that you've already started. And I was able to work with a couple of friends yesterday on their creative writing, and wow, they're coming out amazing. So keep up the excellent work there. And remember, you can do all your work in that Google Doc, or I'd rather you do this, you can do it on paper and then take a picture with it and put it into the Google Doc for me to see. Today's computer. Make sure you check out and see what Mrs. B has put in here for computer time today. Math, I have a new lesson for you that I videotaped. It is about AM or PM, one of the more difficult things with time, but we're going to do our best with it. And once you figure it out, it gets really easy. So watch my YouTube video. I explain AM and PM. Then I would like you to complete pages 144 to 145, questions 4 through 10. And I actually read these questions out loud at the end of my YouTube video here. So you can always go to that if you want some guidance on that. Put your answers in the Google Doc or upload a picture of your answers there. So right in here, you can upload your answers, or you can see I just put boxes in here for you to put your answers in. And number 10 is a bonus. I'd like you to try it, but you do not have to do it, okay? It is optional. When you are done, then you're going on to IXL Cues, which is all about telling time and clocks, or you can go into Dreambox for 20 minutes. I did put new assignments in Dreambox if you've already completed the ones that we sent out about a week ago. And to finish up your day, science. Finish up your science observations for the day. And I had a couple of students ask if it's okay for us to put circles on more than one of the boxes. And I'll explain that here. It's okay to put more than one circle in these boxes because the weather does change through the day. and that's why we're doing science last. So you can notice that the weather does change through the day. Go ahead and make changes in here as well. And make sure you double click on these boxes and you can put in your own words how you describe the weather and your prediction for tomorrow. I can't wait to see all these predictions to see how they are turning out. All right, second grade, that's what I've got for today. Remember, morning meeting at 9 o'clock, and make sure you're showing up to those small groups. All right, have a great day, everybody.